Fellow slime ranchers, welcome to my ranch. I'm going to give you a tour of my ranch and provide some helpful tips on managing an efficient and productive farm or ranch, whichever you have. So first we're going to go over to the garden area. This is a maxed out garden right here. I don't have anything growing in it yet because most of my foods are at 100. This is my coop where I grow chickens. There aren't any right now, but there'll be some soon. There always are. This is the overgrowth for new people. It costs 1,500 new bucks, which you'll get from selling your plorts. And this place is a gold mine for basic materials like hen-hens, pogo fruit, carrots, any of those things you get in here. And I put all my farms in here because if you were to put slimes in here, if they got out, you'd have a major tar hazard. So I decided I would not put my slimes in here. I put them in the grotto, which you'll see in a little bit. So what I'm growing right now are heartbeats and cuberries. These are the favorite foods of phosphor slimes and rock slimes. I don't know if I don't have anything. Chickens are all over the place, so helpful for meat-eating creatures. Next area, we're going to skip this middle storage part. We're going to go talk about slimes. So, first things first, let's get into the grotto. It's a dark area, so phosphor slimes can live without solar shields. These are pink phosphor largos. These are rock tabbies. Those are honey boons, and these are my little ones for quests. You can see they're all really hungry. But if I fed them, I'd have a mess of tar right in there. So sorry, guys. But the reason I mixed them up the way I did is because all of these guys eat meat, and as you can hear with those clicking, it's because I want to feed them chickens. Chickens live longer than fruits or veggies when you place them on the ground. After a while, they rot and go away. So I decided that I would give them chickens. In my auto feeders, I have the favorite foods of some of their starting parts, so cuberries for the phosphorus, heartbeats for red rocks, and mint mangoes for those parties. That's a pool over there, if you saw it, a pond. And the ponds are special because they house the most special slimes you can get besides the gold slime, and those are these little puddle slimes. They swim around, they eat water, and you'll find them in the moss blanket. So I have 8 currently. Little blue dudes. Blue is my favorite color, so they're even more likable. Just like the gold slimes, you cannot mix their plorts with other creatures, nor other creatures' plorts with them. For the specific purpose of that they eat water, they can survive only in water, and their plorts are destroyed if you hit them on the ground. So, definitely want to build a pond for them, otherwise you're not going to be able to keep them. So now to this main area. This area is where I keep my storage, my incinerator, all those things, because it keeps them out of the way of slimes. I don't have to run into them. I don't need to see them when I'm doing other things. So it keeps them out of my way. These are level 2 silos. You can have up to 4 entrances on a silo. I had a 3 one, but I deleted it, even though I could have saved it. Here's carrots, heartbeats, pogo fruit, and cuberries, plus mint mangoes. I went a little overboard on the mint mangoes, so now I have some over there. The incinerator is pretty cool. You don't have to be a terrific aim, you just have to hit it towards the circle. bursts into flames. This is the Ranch Exchange. Not much to say about this, you just put in what it needs, and it gives you rewards. That right there is a chicken quest, which I will show you what happens with the chicken quests. So, next thing I really want to talk about is Star Mail. Most people don't notice this, especially YouTubers that you watch, but the Air Drive the Star Mail tells you about stuff like the Air Drive for upgrades, and also stuff about the story. So this is your character's name is LeBeau Beatrix, or Beatrix LeBeau, something like that. Beatrix LeBeau, I guess. This is, you are in the far range, right here. Second sentence. It'll tell you a little bit about it. This is another person. So you can read this. This is a slime rancher. They'll tell you about he'll have slimes, plorts, food. Those are his quests. This is a scientist. I don't have enough time to read all of these, but I'm looking for... Oh, here it is. The gilded ginger is the mythical veggie that is said to be the favorite food of gold slimes. So I don't know if this is the only food you can feed gold slimes, or if it's the one that'll give them 2 plorts. I don't know. Then there's also this one, which is Bob. He's the chicken quests, which I have one right now. I would refresh it, but I can't. I think I just have to wait until it automatically refreshes or something. Stupid quests. It's not even worth it because I already have pogo fruits and tabbies. Next, we're going on to the areas. So, I don't know what this area is actually called. I forgot. I can look it up in the Slimepedia, so I will. This area is called the Dry Reef. So the Dry Reef is the main and first area you'll find. This first area... Ooh, what happened to you? Oh, I must have died to the sun. But first area is only pink slimes, although you'll occasionally find pink tabbies. Pogo fruits and carries are everywhere here. There's a little path down here. Leads to a chicken nest and a pogo fruit tree. I got a jetpack, so most starter players will have this. Quick note about this thing over here. That island houses a big pink slime at the beginning. You have to feed it to burst it. Once you burst it, you get a slime key, which will grant you access to the next major area called the Moss Blanket. Really cool area. So, the first 2 areas I showed you, the 2 back there, those aren't really big tar hazards. Tar are these weird creatures that basically kill everything. There's one right there. But this area, very high, as you can see now. They just spawn normally because you mix rock slimes with tabby and pinks, and you get tar. Jeez. And there's another view of the island. There's a way to get back from it once you go down. I'm gonna get out of here. So chickens, rooster over there. You need those for your coop. This area is more of a transition, but sometimes you'll find crates. I saw a gold slime here once, that was pretty cool. This area is also very... This area has a very high tar hazard, because again there's tabbies, rocks, and pink slimes. When you have 3 of them, eat it. Come on. You have 3 of a kind. When you have 3 of a kind, it'll make a tar. Let's see if I can make one. There you go. There's the tar. So that's why these areas... that's why those are high risks. This is a teleporter. You only unlock it when you beat a cat tabby, like the pink one in the other area. But tabbies only eat meat, so you're gonna have to find chickens. Quick note, Q-berries can be found in this area and the area over there. They grow naturally in trees. You gotta look up. Sometimes you'll see phosphor pink largos, which are those big winged pink ones. So you want, when they're angry, they'll attack you. So you want to be careful about that. This is where you put in your slime key. It's right there. Press E when you have it, and you put it right in. Open the door. Gives you the achievement Open Sesame, which is hilarious because it's like Open Sesame, but Open Sesame. So, in the Moss Deep, you'll find a horde of new creatures. Like exploding slimes, those ones right there. We got exploding slimes, we got briar hens. This is a stony hen actually, but there are briar hens around. Puddle slime. Okay. This is where you find puddle slimes, those are awesome. Boom slimes, exploding ones. You want to watch out for them. There's briar. Because the exploding ones are one of the only ones that deal damage. There's honey pink largo. I think, no, honey tab. Honey tabby. So, it's a boom slime, it'll explode every once in a while. And here, occasionally, oh, they're there. Angry pink largos. They'll take a bite out of you if you get close. Ouch. Case in point. Watch out for them too. Here's some more honeys, pinks, booms, briar hens, like that. Briar hens, roostros. This is where you find mint mangoes. Got music signals in the tar. You can tell that the tar there is high, very high, because there's tabbies, there's honeys, there's pinks, there's booms. Every slime you can imagine lives in this area, so we want to be very careful with tar. I have something called a sonic cannon. It doesn't really do much, actually. I think it may disperse big ones, but I'm not sure. You can also find puddles. Yeah, there it is. Puddle slimes in this area. Anywhere where there's a lot of water, you can find puddle slimes. Tar are destroyed by being in water for too long. So if there are tar, you might want to shoot into some water. You can mix two kinds together by shooting a plort of one and taking a shot. By shooting the plort of one at another type. Sometimes they'll leave it on their own, but you never know. So there you go. So you mix it like that. Oh yeah, you can vacuum up the water too. Feed your puddle slimes. And although they don't need to be fed, you're sitting in water. But you can blast tar away with that. There you go. So you can mix them either way. Don't mix three types though, you'll get a tar. So next point is these construction signs. They tell you that there's an area being worked on, but you don't actually have to listen to all the signs. One of my favorite things to do with this jetpack is to just break the map. Fly into areas you're not supposed to be. So if I wait, ouch. If I wait, I can get my energy back and fly up somewhere. Not very good at the flying part, so we're gonna go back. Oh wait, there's a way out this way. to the house that you teleporter, it'll bring you out by the plort market. So we'll just demo that really quick. So these are plorts, little crystal things. Probably should have said that earlier. Oops. But plorts, you sell them for money. So this is the plort market. Plort market. It's like the stocks. You can see these little arrows pointing down, meaning that they're down in value. Which means everything right now except pinks and puddle plorts are down in value, which is really not good for people who want to make a lot of money. But, oh jeez. Fun fact about plorts is that you can store them in the silos just like you could food. Oh jeez. Do I need water for this? Have to go get water for this. There you go, tip. You need to get water for your ponds. I'll sell these really quick. So on to the next thing, which is the epicness that is map-breaking exploration using your jetpack. So originally, I was just fooling around seeing where I could get to. And I flew from the island with the big pink slime that I told you about over to another section. And I was really kind of scared because if you fall in the water, you get knocked out. So, there's my cave. So, fall into that water over there that wraps around the entire place. You get knocked out and you have to sleep for 12 hours. You can see the time in the top left corner. Slimes get hungry after about 6 hours, I think. So you want to make sure that you feed them if you don't have an auto feeder. I use chickens to feed them normally and auto feeders to give them special treats. Almost to my point here. Try not to fall off without this lag. So you can't get into this area yet, and you can't get into that other area, the slime key yet. Both those areas are pretty much sealed off. But there is an area you can get to that hasn't been finished. That's over there. So you can get to it normally by dropping down over here. And you'll see this sign and you'll know you're here. But it's not a very good place to be at the beginning because it's a bunch of angry pink wrestlers, which will ruin your day. I still only have the base 100 HP. That is not why that's not why I came here. I came here because you can actually go into this area, even though it's not coded, even though it has that still working on its sign. You can get into here one of two ways: either over here by the gate, or over from the island with the big pink slime I was talking about earlier. Angry ones still make plorts, by the way. You can still feed them, you can still get their plorts. So this area looks like a ruins almost. Although as far as I've seen, there's no food, there's no slimes, there's nothing. It's unfinished, completely unfinished. And I think this is where they're going to add some new stuff next update, so I'm really excited for that. Like this is interesting. I've never seen a rock like this before. You can see some stuff off in the distance. You can't get to it though. I like the music. Next thing, I guess, is the achievements, and I'll the reason this is important is because there's some really cool stuff that you can figure out here. So you can tell the quarry right here, they're gonna add an area called the quarry, which is, I think, the area that is found right past the moss blanket. There's a glass desert, which I think I'm in right now. I don't know what a Gordo slime, I think, is the ones that have the slime key. So there's that one. We got a bunch of ranch updates. 3 gold plorts from a single gold slime. So that's where the ginger would be helpful. That only works in comic books. Stand inside a rad aura. These are the new slimes. You'll see them on the loading page if you open up the game. They're little green slimes with a sphere, half sphere around them. You want to avoid those guys if you see them and get the update, because it'll probably hurt you. I have a bunch of achievements ready for all these things. Fill a pond, 10 types of largos, ball pit, that one was cute. You monster, I don't actually want to do this one because it's kind of cruel, but I might have to do it eventually if I'm poised on trying to get all of the achievements. If you hear anybody in the background, that is my brother who's playing with his friend in a different game. So I apologize if his nonsense is annoying you. Oh, I've never seen this. Actually, I have. This is where it connects. Right here, Tar Central Station. At night, even higher risk for tars everywhere because you get the phosphor slimes. It is pretty much. Now, I don't know where heartbeats actually grow. I've never seen them actually in the ground. But if you find a crate, and I'll see if I can find one. If you can find a crate, you usually find them in crates. One of the most popular rewards I've ever seen in a crate. Those heartbeats. Let's go see if we can find a crate somewhere. Probably busted them all, but you never know. Sorry if it's a little laggy on your end. Computer's not the best. Additional things to talk about are the fact that you can organize your ranch any way you want. You can do it differently than I did. You can let your slime roam free. My plan is to grow food in the gardens that correspond to favorite food of a specific slime. That way I can get tons of plorts from them. It'd be a hassle to clean up those. That's what I'm waiting on. Upgrade some of the silos to hold plorts for upgrade silos to hold plorts that aren't my highest value. I stored my gold plort. Stored my gold plort for the longest time because I couldn't mix it with anything and it was down in value for several in-game days in a row. Gotta go over to the moss blanket. There's more tar. Gotta go over to the moss blanket to get some water for my puddles. Slimes pond. Didn't realize that they actually needed to be refilled. I thought the ponds were kind of like self-sustaining. Watch out for these guys. There's an achievement for holding a tar. I don't know if you saw it back there, but once bitten, twice bitten. So, there's achievements for all kinds of stuff. We used to be great over there, isn't there? So I hope you guys are enjoying this, getting some tips, tricks, learning something new, maybe even if you already had the game a bit. This is only version 0.2.4, so there's definitely going to be some changes made for the release. I don't know if they're going to leave it as it works in this one. I'm trying to find the last vegetable because there's an achievement for growing 3 different types of fruit, which I got because I have mint mangoes, berries, and pogo fruits, so I got all 3 fruits. Just looking for the last veggie, which might be that gilded ginger. I don't know, I haven't seen it yet, so if you guys know where it is, please, I'd love to know. But yeah, I definitely need that last vegetable, especially if it's the gilded ginger, because that would definitely help getting gold parts, but if it isn't, it'd still be nice to have. Oh, there's a target. If you guys saw it while I was running around, please help me out here. Jumping jack. Now, some people have pointed out that this is when you feed them to give out boards, the boards are kind of like poop. I say because boards are not. Boards are waste, yes, but the waste is very crystalline in shape. So I think the slime's waste is actually a solid, crystal-like structure made from whatever they eat. Yeah, he's talking to his friend about filming his favorite game at the moment, which is I don't even know how to edit it out, so if it's in there, it's in there. Don't know how many people are going to watch this. I put up a comment saying I was going to do this on Markiplier and Jacksepticeye's videos. So hopefully at least somebody will watch it. Maybe then, maybe we'll get some nice insight about the game. Berries, carrots, heartbeats. This one is probably that farmer guy. Remember how many carrots? I'm just gonna get 14 of each. Or more. That's the interesting thing about Xylus. You have to stand pretty close, but not too close. If you stand too close, then it'll just pile up. If you stand too far away, you'll be able to time it. So you always want to be careful of where you stand. Alright, let's see. Oh, just 4. Oops, way too many. That was a crate and it exploded with chickens. I don't know if you saw that right before it exploded. There was a crate. Direction. The crates hold many things, sometimes chickens, sometimes slimes, most of the time money. You get a lot of different things out of it. But I hope this has been helpful. I'm gonna leave it here. If you like it obviously, but you don't have to subscribe. I don't really put out content that often, although I might put out more once the updates come, because I like informing people about stuff. It's nicer when people know